Hey, what's up, guys? It's cool, dude. In this video, I'm doing my nuclears as usual. Nuclear only channel, only place to find your only nuclears. This is an M8A1 with the party rock camo, I believe this is. The M8A1, it's not one of my best weapons for public match. I like it for league. It's my favorite league weapon, next to the MSMC and Scorpion. But for pubs, I just don't find it good for taking out more than one guy at a time. It's a gun that requires too much accuracy. You need more accuracy than spray, so it's hard to control a spawn with it, especially for the reason that the iron sights in this gun are garbage. Hate the iron sights. I feel like red dot stock is the only way to really use this. I get a bunch of one burst kills. I don't know, it might be a mix of host, a mix of accuracy, because like I said, I don't use this weapon in pubs. This was like my second attempt with it. First attempt was like, I don't know, a 9-minute nuclear. I was like, fuck that, this is an assault rifle. Let me try to get, like, I think I got a 7 or 8 minute in this video, which is pretty good, considering I hate this weapon and I don't really use it a lot. I kind of strongly dislike this AR for pubs, but this video is going to be nothing about the gameplay today. It's going to have to do a lot with my everyday life and the possible video series I'm going to start with my channel. As you guys have seen, I've done a nuclear with every pistol, and pretty soon I'm going to have a nuclear of every SMG, and after the M8 I'm going to finish up all the assault rifles, hopefully going in descending order from what I already did. So hopefully next will be the SMR or the SWAT. That should be really interesting to see some underrated weapons being used for a nuclear. Hope that gets some attention. Obviously my channel's been growing strongly in the past couple weeks now, which I'm really proud of. But today I ended up taking the ACT. For those of you that know, the ACT is a requirement in order to get in. It's not really a requirement to get into college, but it's really important to get into a college. The college standardized test. You have the choice between the SAT or the ACT. The SAT is basically the SAT and the ACT are two different things, but the ACT is more like a subject test. The shit on that test is more like stuff you're doing now. Like you get 60 problems usually. You have to complete them in an hour. It's a math section, a reading section, a science section, and you have to write like a little essay at the end. And then the SAT is like you do a little bit of math here, you do a little bit of reading here, then you go back to math, then back to reading, then grammar, corrections, and then you write the essay, or sometimes you write the essay first, depends what year you took it. And it's standardized testing in order to get into college. To me, personally, from what you guys heard from my last video, obviously I have nothing against school, but I feel like school isn't everything, especially for situations like this where I'm getting into college. And for my career, I want to be a history teacher. I want to teach high school history. Why the fuck, in order for me to get into college, do I have to take the fucking SAT or ACT, which requires me to know math? I don't need to know math to teach history. Last I checked, all I gotta know is dates, and dates is like 1972 and 1800s. I'm pretty sure you don't need to know addition. But it's stupid how that's how most people ended up getting their scholarships. Obviously, you have your athletic scholarships and you have your academic scholarships, and academic scholarships don't just go off of high school grades. The college I'm going to takes in consideration high school grades along with SAT and ACT grades. It's optional with those. So it's possible to get scholarship, which is money to go to college. It's for free basically, and it's a shame that a lot of schools so heavily depend on the SAT and ACT. Pretty much you're basically strapping a kid down to a desk for about 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours, which is how long it takes to answer standardized testing questions. And me, I'm pretty smart. I just don't like taking tests that I'm stuck there for 4 to 5 hours. I lose interest after the first 2 hours, and then you just get bored, and then you just stop thinking rationally at that point. So just to recap everything I said, I don't hate school. I just feel like you shouldn't be graded on, well, if you're going to college, you shouldn't be dependent to take math if you're going to be a history teacher. For example, if you're going to be a science teacher in high school, or you want to be a science professor, why do you need to know history? Obviously, you know the history of science, but why do you need to know why the United States was founded if you're going to be, for example, a science teacher? I just feel like there should be a better way to grade this. There would be so many brighter minds in colleges if you didn't have to take these tests. 'Cause so many people, and my friends included, they're so discouraged from their grades from the SAT, ACT. A good score is like 1600 plus. The average score is a 1300. I got a 1300. My boy who has a 90 average in school got a 1200, which is the lowest grade you can get. And he's a lot smarter than that. And it's just bullshit how they end up grading you for it. That's just my opinions on it. If you guys think differently, just let me know. This has been cool, dude. Hope you enjoyed my nuclear.
Special VSAT awaiting orders.